God says you've been feeling it in your spirit for a long time, that quiet tug, that gentle unease, that small voice that whispers when everything else around you seems loud. You've tried to silence it, tried to ignore it, tried to convince yourself that you were overthinking or imagining things, but your heart keeps circling back to the same place. There is something He's not telling you. There is something beneath His words, behind His actions, hidden under the surface of what He shows you. And every time He says He loves you, a part of you wants to believe it with your whole heart, but another part feels a sting so subtle you almost miss it. Because deep down, you know that something about His love doesn't feel complete, doesn't feel steady, doesn't feel true in the way God defines truth. God has been watching everything, the late-night conversations that felt heavy in your chest, the promises He made but never followed through on, the way He pulled you close one moment and pushed you away the next. God saw the moments when you were confused, when you questioned your worth, when you wondered if you were asking for too much or expecting more than someone could realistically give. But you were not wrong for wanting clarity. You were not wrong for wanting honesty. You were not wrong for wanting a love that doesn't shift like shadows or hide behind half-truths. God gave you the ability to feel, to discern, to sense when something is off, not so you would doubt yourself, but so you would know when He is trying to protect you. You've prayed for answers. You've asked God to show you what is real. You've asked Him to reveal whether the love you think you have is truly love or just an illusion of it. And God heard every whisper of your heart. He saw you hold on even when you felt unsure. He watched you try to excuse behavior, justify silence, accept confusion because you hoped it would change. But now God is moving. Now God is stepping in. Now God is preparing to show you the truth you deserve to see. Because God is saying, you have loved with honesty. You have given with purity. You have shown loyalty, patience, and sincerity. But not everyone who says, I love you, carries love in their intentions. Not everyone who reaches for you is meant to hold you. Not everyone who stands beside you is standing with you out of truth. Sometimes people pretend to love because they fear losing comfort, not because they cherish your heart. Sometimes they pretend because they like the way you make them feel, not because they value you for who you truly are. And sometimes they pretend because they are still uncertain, still conflicted, still living in a place of confusion within themselves. But God will not let you be misled. Not anymore. There is something about you that is deeply protected. God has placed a calling on your heart, a gentle purpose on your life, and He will not allow someone with unclear intentions to sit in a place meant for someone genuine. You have been praying for clarity, for vision, for truth that cannot be twisted or hidden by sweet words. And God is responding. God is telling you that the veil is about to lift. The truth, the real truth, is about to be revealed. Every doubt, every question, every uneasy silence you felt is going to make sense. God is about to show you what lies behind His actions. You've been carrying a weight in your soul, a weight that didn't belong to you. You've been trying to figure out why He acts one way in one moment and another way in the next. You've been wondering why His affection feels inconsistent, why His words sometimes feel empty, why you sense more distance than closeness. There is a reason you've felt this. There is a reason your spirit has been restless. God was signaling to you that something isn't aligned. And soon, you won't have to wonder anymore. The truth is coming, not to break you, but to release you from confusion and lead you into clarity. God wants you to understand this: real love does not hide. Real love does not pretend. Real love does not speak in half measures. Real love does not require you to question your worth. The love God has planned for you will feel steady, peaceful, consistent. It will not pull you into a cycle of doubt or uncertainty. It will not confuse your heart or drain your spirit. God is preparing you for a love that matches what you give, a love that honors, protects, and values you the way you deserve. But before that love arrives, God must reveal the truth of what you're dealing with now. He is about to show you why his actions didn't match his words. He is about to expose the real intentions behind his kindness, his silence, his distance, his affection, his inconsistencies. And when the truth comes, you will understand why your spirit felt unsettled even when your heart wanted to hope. You will understand why God kept placing tension where you wished for peace. You will understand why certain moments felt off even when you tried to ignore the signs. This revelation is necessary. Not to hurt you, but to free you. Not to break your heart, but to protect it. Not to close one door, but to open the right one. God is about to bring light into places that were hidden. The things he thought you would never see, the things he kept behind a calm smile or a gentle word, God is about to uncover them. Not to shame anyone, but to keep you aligned with his plan and his truth. And God wants you to prepare your heart. The truth may surprise you. It may confirm the things you suspected but didn't want to accept. It may bring a sudden clarity that shifts your perspective. But whatever it reveals, it will set you free. You will walk forward with new strength, new understanding, new peace. You will not stay in confusion. You will not stay in uncertainty. You will not stay tied to something that was built on incomplete intentions. God is saying, I am with you. I am guiding you. I am revealing what you need to know. And I will not let you walk blindly into a future that is not meant for you. You've been carrying emotions you could never fully explain to anyone, not even to yourself. You kept feeling the shift in his tone, the sudden distance in his energy, the way his presence felt warm one day and cold the next. And every time he changed, you blamed yourself. You wondered if you said something wrong, did something wrong, expected too much, or reached too far. But God is saying, stop blaming yourself for someone else's inconsistency. Stop shrinking your worth to fit into a space that was never meant to limit you. Stop trying to earn the honesty that someone should have given freely. God has been observing the quiet storms inside your heart, the thoughts you wrestle with when the world falls silent. He saw those nights when your chest felt heavy with uncertainty, nights when you prayed, God, if this isn't real, show me. He heard that trembling prayer, the one you whispered with a mix of fear and hope. You didn't want to be right about your suspicions. You didn't want your intuition to expose the cracks you sensed. You wanted to believe him. You wanted to trust him. But God knows that the truth is more important than temporary comfort. You tried to see the best in him. You gave him chances because you saw potential. You told yourself he just needed time, healing, or clarity. You told yourself, maybe he loves me in his own way. And while that may be true, God wants you to understand something deeper. Loving you, in his own way, is not the same as loving you truthfully, fully, or faithfully. Sometimes a person can feel something for you, but not enough to honor you. Sometimes they can care, but not commit. Sometimes they can hold you, but not keep you. And sometimes, they can say the words, but not live them. You deserve more than a love built on fragments. You deserve more than someone who shows up halfway. You deserve more than someone who only loves you when it's convenient, when they're lonely, when they need comfort, or when they fear your absence more than they value your presence. God did not create you for half-hearted affection or hidden intentions. He created you for a love that reflects His truth, steady, honest, and pure. And that is why God is moving. God is lifting the veil over His heart and His intentions. You are about to see something clearly, something that explains the confusion you felt, something that reveals why He acted the way He did, something that exposes why His "I love you" carried a weight that didn't match His actions. God is not revealing the truth to punish Him, but to protect you. There are things He has kept inside, fears, doubts, attachments, secrets, or old wounds, things He never told you, things He thought He could manage on His own while still trying to keep you close. But the truth is this: He wasn't ready to offer the love you were ready to receive. He wanted you, but He didn't know how to hold you. He enjoyed your presence, but He wasn't prepared to honor it. He admired your strength, but He didn't match your consistency. He said the words, but His heart wasn't aligned with the commitment those words required. And instead of being honest about His uncertainty, He pretended to love you with the fullness you deserved, hoping you wouldn't notice the gaps. But God noticed. God always notices. Your spirit picked up what His words tried to hide. Your intuition felt what His actions couldn't conceal. And God allowed you to feel that discomfort not to torment you, but to prepare you. When God reveals something, He reveals it with purpose. He is preparing you for a decision. He is preparing you for clarity. He is preparing you for a shift in your life that will align you with the love He has chosen for you. You may think losing Him would hurt, but staying with uncertainty hurts more. You may think walking away would break you, but holding on to a lie will shatter you in ways you don't deserve. God is not taking someone from you, He is protecting you from someone who wasn't built to love you the way your heart deserves. You gave enough. You tried enough. You hoped enough. And God is saying, now let me handle the truth. What's coming next is revelation. Not confusion, revelation. Not fear, understanding. Not heartbreak, release. The truth will not leave you empty, it will leave you free. You will understand why certain moments felt heavy. You will understand why you couldn't feel fully safe with Him emotionally. You will understand why your heart kept searching for confirmation that never came. God is about to make all of it make sense. And when the truth flows in, you will feel something shift inside you, a clarity that gives you strength, a peace that replaces fear, a certainty that silences doubt. You will no longer question His intentions because you will see them clearly. You will no longer wait for changes that were never going to happen. You will no longer hold on to someone who held on to you only with one hand. God is giving you your power back. God is giving you your vision back. God is giving you your freedom back. There is nothing wrong with you. There is nothing lacking in you. There is nothing you did that pushed him away. His inability to love you truthfully was never your fault. Some people pretend to love not because they are evil, but because they are afraid of being alone, afraid of losing someone good, afraid of facing their own emptiness, afraid of admitting they're not ready. But fear-based love is not the love God wants for you. God is saying, prepare your heart. The truth is coming. And once you see it, you will rise from this situation wiser, stronger, and more protected than ever before. There is a moment coming when everything will click inside your spirit, a moment when the questions you carried for so long will no longer feel heavy, a moment when the weight of uncertainty that has lived inside your chest finally lifts and you can breathe again. God is leading you to that moment. Every sign, every discomfort, every instinct, every whisper has been guiding you toward the truth He is preparing to reveal. You have been strong for far too long, holding on to hope even when your heart was tired. You tried to give Him the benefit of the doubt. You tried to believe that His inconsistency wasn't intentional, that His distance was temporary, that His silence had innocent reasons behind it. You wanted to believe that the love you felt for Him was real and mutual, that the connection you sensed was balanced, that the future you envisioned was possible. But deep inside, your spirit kept nudging you. God kept placing a subtle pressure on your heart, not to scare you, but to prepare you. Because God's truth always comes before His blessing. And this truth is not arriving to break you. It is arriving to show you what your heart has been trying to understand for months. It is arriving to help you stop fighting battles that were never meant for you. It is arriving to release you from emotional limbo. The truth is this: He never meant to harm you, but He wasn't loving you with the fullness, clarity, and intention you deserved. He cared, but not with the kind of care that leads to commitment. He felt something, but not enough to choose you with certainty. He liked the way you made Him feel, but He didn't rise to the responsibility that real love requires. And instead of being honest about His confusion, He hid behind affection, promises, and moments that felt real but were not rooted in depth. This is why you felt a disconnect even in the closeness. This is why you sensed something missing even on the good days. This is why your heart felt unsettled even when everything looked fine on the surface. God was whispering to you, pay attention. Something is off. And the truth is, you were right to feel it. Your spirit wasn't lying to you. Your intuition wasn't exaggerating. You weren't imagining the tension. God Himself was stirring your awareness because He didn't want you to attach your future to someone who wasn't anchored in truth. But God also wants you to understand something important: this experience did not diminish your worth. It did not lessen your value. It did not make you harder to love. It did not break what God has preserved inside you. It refined you. It sharpened you. It strengthened your discernment. It awakened you to the kind of love your soul truly needs, a love grounded in honesty, stability, loyalty, and clarity. A love that doesn't pretend. And now that you're stepping into truth, God is ready to guide you into something greater. You may feel fear about what comes next. You may feel sadness about what is ending. You may feel grief for the version of love you hoped He could give you. But God is saying, trust me. What feels like loss is actually protection. What feels like an ending is a doorway. What feels like heartbreak is actually redirection. There is a future God has prepared for you, one that includes genuine love, real intention, emotional safety, and someone whose heart speaks the same language as yours. Someone who won't pretend. Someone who won't hide. Someone who won't love you only halfway. Someone who will be consistent in affection, honest in communication, present in connection, and steady in commitment. God is not removing him from your heart to leave you empty. He is removing the confusion so He can fill your life with clarity. And when the truth fully reveals itself, when you see what God has been trying to show you, you will feel a sudden peace wash over your soul. You will look back and realize that God didn't let you stay in this situation because He knew it would have drained your spirit over time. You will understand why God kept nudging you, why your heart felt inconsistent, why certain things didn't align. God was protecting you long before you even understood you needed protection. Soon, you will feel lighter. Soon, you will understand the strength you gained by walking through this. Soon, you will see the purpose behind the pain. God is not letting you walk away empty-handed. You are walking away wiser, clearer, stronger, and more aligned with your destiny. You are entering a season where your heart will no longer be confused. You are entering a season where God will send people who match your energy, your sincerity, your loyalty, and your depth. You are entering a season where love will not be a struggle, but a flow. The truth God is revealing is not the end of your story, it is the beginning of your elevation. You are not losing love, you are gaining the protection of God's hand. You are not being abandoned, you are being guided. You are not being broken, you are being freed. And soon, the clarity you prayed for will arrive in a way that leaves no doubt. God is about to show you the truth, the real truth, and when He does, you will finally understand why He waited for this moment, why He protected you, and why He is leading you towards something far greater than anything you thought you were losing. Your heart is safe. Your future is protected. And the truth, once revealed, will set you on a path that brings peace you haven't felt in a long time.